Welcome, my dear students, to the first biology class of this academic year. I am Miss Shamli. This year, we will be following the Oxford Connect with Science Biology textbook. Hope all have the textbook with you. First, you will be learning Chapter 1, Tissues. In this chapter, you will learn mainly about plant and animal tissues and its types. In the previous year, you have studied about the cell, right? Can you recall the concepts you learned about cell? What is a cell? You have learned that the cell is the structural and functional unit of life. Then, what are tissues? A group of many cells is called tissue. Tissues can be defined as a group of cells having a common origin and specialized to perform a particular function. In both plants and animals, various types of tissues are present. That will be learned in this chapter. So, we'll begin with plant tissues. There are different parts in a plant such as root, stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. All these parts are made up of different types of tissues. Each of these tissues perform a special function. So, let's see what are the different types of plant tissues. Now, open your textbook. In page 11, you can see a figure showing the different types of plant tissues. So, this is a classification of plant tissues. Plant tissues are broadly classified into two main types: meristematic tissues and permanent tissues. This classification is based on whether the cells in the tissues can divide or not. So, meristematic tissues are made up of cells which can divide, and permanent tissues consist of cells which cannot divide. First, we'll discuss about meristematic tissues. As I've mentioned before, meristematic tissues are made up of young actively dividing cells. They undergo repeated divisions to form new cells. The part of a plant where active growth takes place is termed as meristem. The word meristem is derived from a Greek word meristos, which means divisible. In certain regions of the plant such as tip of the root or tip of the shoot, all these places active cell division take place. So, these regions can be called as meristems. The meristematic tissues divide and form new cells. These cells differentiate to form specialized tissues for the development of new organs. The function of meristematic tissues is to bring about the growth in length of the plants and increase in the thickness of stem and roots. There are different types of meristematic tissues found in plants. Before going to them, we'll see what are the characteristics of meristem. Meristematic tissues consist of closely arranged cells with little or no intercellular spaces between them. All the cells in meristematic tissues are more or less similar in shape. It may be either spherical, oval, or polygonal. They are made up of living cells. When a single cell of a meristem is observed, it contains a dense protoplasm with a thin cell wall and a large centrally located nucleus. Vacuoles are either very small or absent. Next, let's discuss the types of meristems. Based on which part of the plant body it is located, meristems are of three types: apical meristem, lateral meristem, and intercalary meristem. First type of meristem, apical meristem. It is the growth region in plants found at the tips of shoot and root. It is a region of actively dividing cells. Apical meristem is responsible for the growth in length or height of the plant. This growth, which occurs as a result of cell division at the shoot tip and root tip, is called primary growth. The second type of meristem is lateral meristem. They are present on the lateral side of the stem and root of the plant. These meristem help in increasing the thickness of the stem and root. the cork cambium which is present beneath the bark of the woody plants and vascular cambium present between the xylem and phloem are good examples of lateral meristem. The growth resulting from cell division in lateral meristems is called secondary growth. The third type of meristem is intercalary meristem. It is mainly located at the internodes or the base of the leaves. They are responsible for the growth in length of the internodes of a plant. They are also responsible for the development of branches around the node region. This is usually seen in monocot plants. With this, we come to the end of today's class. Thank you for attending the class. Have a nice day.